Welcome back. We are again with unit 2, and that is on money. As I just told you about the syllabus, and in this we're going to do money, its meaning, and all of that. So money, as we were taught as kids, was, I remember a teacher telling us, she rhymed it up for us. We thought it was, of course, it is MS. Money is a medium, measure, a standard, a store. So I give it to you, find out who said it. So today's world, you just have to ask. There's so many search engines, and Google tops them all, or whatever. So money, we're going to do what is money and what is money supply. So what medium, a measure, a standard, a store. So whatever money does is money. So basically, of course, it's anything that is accepted as a medium of exchange. So it was one step to overcome all the problems that were there with the barter system, the search cost, the coincidence of wants, and things like that. And so it helps smoothen out transactions. So, and another thing, important thing, just listen to this, that money is what the government says is money, what the law says. It has to have the stamp of authority of the nation, of the rulers of the area. So anything that is declared as money by the government is money. I mean, I can't come up tomorrow and say, okay, this is money, according to me. Well, according to me, then be it so. It's not money for the entire economy, so, or even the world. It'll only get a recognition if the government, the authority, puts the stamp of legality in it. So sometimes it's also known as the currency, etc. It's known as legal tender. And money is like, sometimes it's called fiat money, FIAT, which means it is by the order of the government. And then we also talk about narrow money, we talk about broad money. So what is narrow money? Narrow money consists of currency, notes and coins. And broad money is about, of course, currency and coins, along with bank money, that is time deposits with the banks and the post office. So what is bank money? Bank money is like payable on demand. That means a person may, and perhaps it depends on the trust that you have. Sometimes people are not ready to take your checks, or your draft. They should be that should be the trust. So that is also sometimes known as, bank money is also known as optional money. So I wanted you to just go through this. So money so much, you can really, Kraut has written a book which we had to do when we were studying. That was a basic book that we did for money, our textbook, sort of. So money, one can speak volumes, but then we have to see that we don't overstep the syllabus. So now there's also something known as full-bodied money. Standard money, what is full-bodied money? That value as a commodity is equal to the value of money. For example, initially, like when we had gold coins and silver coins, they actually reflected it was equal to the value. The value of commodity, gold, was equal to the value of money. So credit money is what we see today. The face value is greater than the intrinsic value. So in this, we have what is known as a token coins. Like in India, we have rupees 1, 2, rupees 5, rupees 10, 10 rupee coins, and many others have come in, I believe. But anyways, right now I've only seen all these. And then you have circulating promissory notes, like all the paper currency that we see around. Like what I have seen is rupees 5, rupees 10, rupees 20, rupees 50, rupees 100, rupees 500, rupees 2000 rupee notes. And on the note it is written, you must see this, that it's written, I promise to pay the bearer the sum of rupees, and it is signed by the RBI governor. So legal tender money. What is legal tender? That means money used legally to make payments. So this is of two types. One is limited legal tender and one is the unlimited legal tender. So what is limited legal tender? That is like, for example, we have coins. So if somebody says, give you 2 lakh rupees in coins, I can sort of refuse it. I mean, it's limited. It become it's so unlimited legal tender is a paper notes. So that is the basic difference between limited legal tender and unlimited legal tender. That it is legal tender. You have to accept it legally. I mean, it is used to make a payment legally. And then you have what is known as, we just talked about, optional money. Optional money is fiduciary money, as it is accepted as money on the basis of trust between the payer and payee. For example, checks, bank drafts, which we also call the bank money. Okay, so I want you to just go through this. So just go through what we've done right now. So then we will talk about the supply of money. So what is supply of money? It is a total stock of all the forms of money, paper money, coins and demand deposits at banks, which are held by the public on a specific day. So anyways, so you've just gone through that. So I'm sure you've seen this. Just make a note of it. I hope you have your notebooks and pencils when you're doing this. It becomes simpler to understand. And in this, as I was just talking about it, we do supply of money. So what is supply of money? I want you to just have a look. Supply of money. So what is supply of money? The total stock of all the forms of money, that is paper money, coins and demand deposits at banks, which are held by the public on a specific day. So it's a stock concept. It's a stock concept. So it is held by the public. Just remember that. It is held by the public. So two features of supply of money is that supply of money is a stock variable because it is related to a point of time. And public implies that people using money in carrying out their transactions. And please note, the government and the banking systems are not included in this. And again, once again, so the two features of supply money are, they are stock variable and money held by the public. So supply of money always refers to the stock of money held by the public. And the stock of money with the government or the RBI and the banking system is not included in the supply of money. So just remember that. So in this, now if you get a question as what are the components of supply of money? Well, currency with the public and demand deposits at banks. So currency with the public is currency notes in circulations, which is issued by the Reserve Bank of India, and small coins in circulation. And talking about demand deposits in the bank, what is that? Demand deposits are another important component of money supply. So this is also known as bank money. And these are those deposits which are payable on demand. And on this, checks can be written. So checks make these demand deposits as a medium of exchange, because with these checks, they can be money can be transferred to others for making payments for whom goods and services have been purchased, from whom you have purchased these goods and services. Only thing you have to note is that interbank deposits do not constitute part of money supply because they do not belong to public. So that is why often you will hear this net demand deposits of commercial banks are included only. So net here implies only the deposits of public held by banks. So public money that is held by banks. So Then you have what is money supply after all then? So money supply is composed of currency held by the public, that is C, and demand deposits with banks. So M is equal to C plus dt. Now we also talk about measures of money supply. So the Reserve Bank of India has given 4 measures of money supply: M1, M2, M3, M4. So M1 is made up of course, cash and demand deposits and other deposits. For example, other deposits held by the RBI of public financial institutions like RBI, foreign central banks and foreign governments, international financial institutions like IMF, deposits of government and banks with RBI. So that is why these are not included in. Okay, deposits of government and banks with RBI not included in these other deposits. So M1 is the most liquid measure of money supply because all its components are easily used as medium of exchange. So that is why sometimes it is also referred to as transaction money. It is referred to as transaction money. So M2 is a broader concept. It is made up of M1 plus savings deposits with post offices. And M2 besides M1, it also includes net time deposits at banks. And M4 besides M3, it includes total deposits with post offices. So M4 is equal to M3 plus total deposits of post office excluding national saving certificates. So sometimes when you hear people talk, having debates, they'll talk about what is known as narrow money. So narrow money is M1 and M2. And M1, M2 is, which is like transaction money, they can be used for transaction very easily. So they are more liquid in economic parlance, we call it liquid. So among all the 4 measures, M1 is the most liquid, M2 is the least liquid. Now that is narrow money. So broad money is M3 and M4. So that is broad money. So totally M3, what does M3 do? Basically M3 is a measure of money supply that is known as aggregate monetary resources of the country. So we just did M1, M2, M3, M4, which I have written here. We'll go through that, and then we are going to talk about high-powered money. So what are we going to talk about? High-powered money. So money supply with the government, RBI, and commercial banks. That's high powered money. Just have a look. As we did, what we did was measures of money supply: M1, M2, M3, and M4. And it is important to know about high-powered money. It refers to the money produced or created by the monetary authority. In India, it is the Reserve Bank of India and the Central Bank in India. So this is sometimes known as a monetary base. In it, currency, that is paper notes and coins, are included. On the other hand, currency, that is paper notes and coins held by the public, and demand deposits at banks taken together, they constitute money. So high-powered money is currency held by the public, okay, plus cash reserves of the banks, which is important. That is known as so this is what we've done in money supply. And what is money? You'll get a fair idea, and one can get 1 mark questions based on all what we've done. They can ask you, what do you mean by fiduciary money? They can ask you, what is fiat money? They can ask you, what do you mean by the transaction function of money? What is it? Then they can ask you, what is it, a stock or a flow? Money supply, and all of that. So go through the questions, go through what I've taught, what we've just gone through, and I'm sure you'll be able to answer all the questions. Thank you.